What's up, everybody? I'm back. Uh, I don't know how many people had this question, but where the fuck is Tom? Where are his videos and stuff like that? But boy, do I have an answer for you. I've been fucking sick as shit. Um, yeah, it's a it's an adventure on emergency rooms and stuff like that I will share with you. So, for the better part of a month now, I've been getting like really like bad fucking headaches where it's just like not really it wasn't really possible to do anything other than just like sit around, watch YouTube, like even playing video games is like kind of like a fucking ordeal and stuff like that. Following something longer than like a 15-minute YouTube video was kind of an ordeal. So, lots of catching up on Game Grumps and stuff like that. So, it came to a head about a week and a half after all this started. Like if you go back and I think it's like on that one Battlegrounds video that me and Colin did. Uh yeah, I was not having a good time there. I was in a lot of fucking pain. Um but yeah, so eventually it got to the point where, I made an appointment with my regular doctor just to get that checked out because, me, you know, random unknown headaches, that's never a good thing. But it got to the point where I couldn't even make the appointment, just because it was so bad. And I wasn't sleeping at all, like at all, like zero sleep. Um, so yeah, I got up one morning. We called the insurance. Turns out that uh, visits to the emergency room are just completely covered and it's zero copay. But if you go to an immediate care, that's money out of pocket, which is really strange. Um, so I drive out to the emergency room, and I'm just like a fucking zombie. And this lady, I kind of weirded out the nurse at the counter, I think, because I'm just like, I have terrible headaches. They won't go away. It's been like this for nearly 2 weeks now. So yeah, she just had like that kind of reaction of just like, okay, I can take you back into the room, get the doctor to see you. So yeah, yeah, they go all out when you go to the ER, dude. Um, like they had me do like, what the fuck did they have me do? They had me do a CAT scan with contrast dye, and holy shit, um, that is a weird sensation if you've never had that before. Because I had that a long time ago when I fucked up my foot and they gave me contrast dye. But this is like different. This is like a really potenter, more potent form of contrast where like they inject it into you and immediately like your whole body heats up because it's like a radioactive dye and it glows on the image so that they can see like what the fuck is wrong with you. So they took an image of my head just to see if there's any like growth or blood loss in my skull, which would be fun. But yeah, it was just like I should probably like rewind a little bit because like when you go to the ER and you're on zero sleep and you're just like kind of sitting there and they put you in this little room, just sitting in the dark because they just assume that like, oh, like bright lights are probably bad. Like bright lights have zero impact on these. Um, and I had to have my mom take me there just because I was like in no fucking shape to drive. Jesse had to work that day. And then my dad came by later because he was off that day anyway. Um, but yeah, just kind of like surreal, just like waiting for answers and stuff like that. So they doctor pulls me aside and they have me do like this CAT scan, which you're basically whole body fucking a machine. Like they put you on this little tray and you're just like into this little hole into this machine. Somebody has to get off to this, right? Um, But yeah, I'm just sitting there like this red hot. It feels like my whole body is like turning red hot from the contrast dye, and I just feel like kind of delirious from that and not sleeping. And it's just like they take me out of the machine. They put me back on the gurney thing to bring me back to the room, and the uh, the technician there is just like, oh. I mean, because they cool if you didn't know, they cool these machines with like fucking liquid hydrogen, so of course the room is freezing. I'm sitting there just like in my shorts and like that fucking little shitty robe that they give you. And, you know, the tech there, she's just like, oh, would you like a warm blanket? I'm just like, sure. And then immediately my brain goes to, oh shit, can I tip her? I don't have any cash on me. I don't even have my wallet or my phone. 'Cause that's all back in the fucking room. This is gonna be awkward. And then I'm just like, wait, no, you fucking idiot. You don't have to tip them. So they just throws a warm blanket at me, brings me back to the room. The doctor eventually comes back with the results, and they took my blood to do blood work and everything else. And it's just like, you know, for all like the health problems and shit that I have, like my blood work came back fine. Like I think they even checked my blood sugar and cholesterol and everything like that. Like my diet is fucking garbage. You know, that's something I need to fix, but that's for another video or whatever. But yeah, doctor comes back, tells me like, yeah, we didn't find anything wrong on the CAT scan. Your labs came back normal. Just to rule out anything else, we would like to do a spinal tap, just to make sure. Now, if you're unsure of what a spinal tap is, like if you've ever seen fucking The Exorcist and they're not sure what's going on with the little possessed girl, in that movie, like they do a fucking spinal tap on her to collect like cerebrospinal fluid from her, well, spine. And they basically do that to check to see if there's like any if you have like a high red blood cell count, like that means that you have bleeding in your nervous system, which is very bad, usually in your brain. Um, and that's a very painful procedure. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna like wait on that. Like I'm seeing my primary care tomorrow, so I'm gonna hold off on that. So they send me home with pills, cause like it's like right away they're just like, hey, you know, we're gonna send you home with pain pills, and I'm just like, can you give me codeine? Because I can tolerate codeine. I can't tolerate a lot of fucking pills, which is true. Like I can't like, they gave me Vicodin for my foot. That made me feel really bad after a while. Really having a not good time. I don't know how people get high off fucking Vicodin. Uh, you know, when I took Vicodin before, that made me feel like I had a giant gaping hole in my skull. But yeah, spoiler alert, for headaches, codeine gives you fucking rebound headaches, which is not great. So I would have like brief respites from the pain for like about a half an hour to an hour, and then just like like a fucking rave going off of my skull. And yeah, to make a long story short, I made it through that, like barely sleeping. Going off to see my primary care the next morning. My mom had to drive me to that because I was like, once again, in no fucking shape to drive. And she's just basically like, oh, you have migraines. And, you know, my experience with Jesse gets migraines every once in a while, where it's just like, you know, he'll get it every once in a while, just like out of nowhere, where he will just start experiencing like pain in his head and get nauseous and stuff. But it goes away usually like within a day, usually within like 6 to 12 hours or something like that. But you know, this was just like a constant thing for like nearly 2 weeks. And I'm just like, are you sure? Are you sure I don't have a fucking brain tumor or something like that? She's like, no, you know, I mean, I mean, it happens. You get long-term migraines like this. I'm going to give you the script. This is basically like, it's essentially like a very powerful aspirin with shitloads of caffeine in it. So, yeah. Meanwhile, like during all that, like I was like during this whole like long ordeal of like a week and a half, I was just going through all the medications I was taking, like looking through like side effects headache, and just like stopping taking those, which was a really bad idea because one of those was my fucking sleeping medication, which kept me from sleeping, which according to my doctor like created a deadly spiral of me not sleeping and making the headaches worse. So, oh, and apparently, you know, just to see if you need a spinal tap or anything, all you have to do is just like touch your chin to your chest, and that's how you know if you need a spinal tap or not. Because if you can't do that, then you have like really, then you probably have meningitis, which is a new thing to me, and I don't know why the emergency room doc didn't bring it up to me. Um, yeah. So to make a long story short, I had a long adventure with pain, and which I'm still dealing with because it's not 100% gone. It keeps coming back every once in a while, but I'm seeing my regular doctor again tomorrow. But yeah, so that's where I've been and why I haven't been making videos and stuff like that. And yeah, um, if you have problems with your body, don't wait for it to go away on its own, kids. Uh, See your doctor. You know, drink lots of water. Eat regularly. Don't eat too much. Go for walks. Um, yeah, it's like 5:30 and I need to sleep in the AM because yeah, she gave my primary care gave me like fucking an oral steroid and pain medications, which you know, combination of a oral steroid and highly like basically super caffeine pills is not great for sleeping, even when you're on your sleeping medication. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt to sleep, and I will check back with you later. But I just kind of figured it was the nice thing to do to do a channel update. People, maybe you're entertained by this too. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, check back with you guys later. Bye bye.